Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Heidi.
Okay, can I say that our congregants are not here? Okay. Good morning,
Mhm.
Gwen. Good morning, Tracy. Um, I see people there, but I don't
Mhm.
see like in the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is Sunday. They're still sleepy.
Look, if
Mhm.
you party on Saturday night, you should be able to make it to the church on Sunday morning. Okay.
I didn't party, but I'm still putting on my eye cream.
Mm, Good morning, crafting with Amanda. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Wisco Gal. Let me just let y'all know I'm sitting here eating a slice of mod pizza. I told you guys I don't eat breakfast, but I ordered a mod pizza yesterday. And yes, I'm using a fork, okay? Uh,
I take away that Brooklyn statement that I said earlier. I revoke it.
you trying to say I'm bougie?
I'm just trying to say, yeah, you're not Brooklyn no more. First of all, you heated it up. You warmed it
I
up,
don't eat
and
cold
then
pizza. I'll eat
you
cold
got to
soup.
eat it
I'll eat
cold.
cold crab. I do not eat cold
You
pizza. But
got
let
to
me
eat it cold for breakfast.
no, I like my pizza. I like my cheese hot. Let me tell you what's so funny. Um, I was actually in this pizza place in Tennessee. It was Memphis, and they have like brick oven. That was I forgot, and I still got the card. It was me and my sons because I went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving, and I'm in there eating the pizza with a fork, and I ate this whole pizza. My son was looking at me. He said, can you put that
Wow.
damn fork down? I said, I'm not getting this under my
It
nails.
is just fletch. Cold pizza's the best. Yes, especially after a night of drinking too much. Like the congealed grease, because like in
Oh,
Brooklyn, right?
Debbie.
No, seriously. Like when you get your pizza from the pizzeria, like you gotta take your napkins, your napkins that you get from you gotta dab it off, dab it off, dab it off, and then you gotta like fold it in half and then drain, and
Oh, Lord,
then you eat.
no.
Yes, that's old school Brooklyn pizza.
No.
Yes. So earlier, when Heidi told me she was having pizza for breakfast, I was like, "Oh my god, you're an honorary Brooklyn person, yay!" But then I heard the cutlery clattering. I was just like, "Wait, what? I'm revoking that. Mm-mm-mm. No, no, ma'am. We don't use utensils when eating pizza."
I don't know what. Look, okay, stop. When I
Hmm.
go out, and even if I go to Hot Wings or something like that, be quiet. I use a fork. I don't want all that
Wait,
shit under my
you
nails.
trying to eat a wing with a fork and a knife? Oof,
Ah,
oof. No.
ah.
I banish you to Buckingham Palace. Go be with your people. Go on. And I'm saying this as a former colony. I'm sick and I haven't eaten in 2 days. Oh, Gwen, I'm sorry that you're sick. Feel better.
Oh,
Are
Gwen,
you at
I'm
least?
sorry.
Are
You
you
haven't
at
eaten in
least?
2 days, Gwen. I'm sorry, but at least we know that you're not lying because you're not saying that just to get cracked. Okay, I got you. Hi, Jean. Good morning. Oh my God.
Try to get some
I,
soup
I
down,
don't like stuff
Gwen.
under my nails. I told you before, like when I'm cooking,
Hmm.
I have disposable gloves. I use them to cut the chicken. I have to season my chicken. I don't touch anything raw to make my meatballs, to make my burgers, to cut my fish.
Pizza's
To
not raw. It's cooked
I just can't
twice.
touch. I don't like stuff under my nails. I cannot
Then
stand.
put on a pair of gloves and eat pizza properly. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I will. So good morning. Hi, Rody Gal. Hi, Jess. Hi, Tracy. Chantel, Wisco, hello, hello, hello. Gwen, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. But Debbie and I was just discussing something backstage, and I had changed the time because I was really thinking about actually, be quiet, Debbie. I was
Mhm.
gonna make me, I was gonna make me a pork chop because I took pork chops out. Then I decided
Mhm.
I don't want to eat a pork chop for breakfast. I'll just have it for lunch. Leave me alone.
Mhm.
You get
Mhm.
some bomb ass pizza. Oh my God. Girl, Chantel, I was just telling Debbie how it's snowing here. It was snowing last night. I just need to get out the house. I feel confined. Debbie tells me to open a damn window when she's always telling me to close the windows.
I didn't say to leave it open all day and all night.
So Debbie and I were just discussing the European leaders that are set to hold an emergency summit on the Ukraine. Because when I read the
Mhm.
article, to me it says
Mhm.
Dan said either jump on board or get stomped on. And
Right. So in context, there was this global security meeting that took place in Munich, Germany. It's an annual thing. It's where global security strategy is done every year. And he went and basically, according to PBS, lectured European allies. It was a very condescending um, speech, and it reiterates the Trump administration strategy that is against NATO. Now, remember when 9/11 happened, all of the NATO partners, which is mostly European
yep,
allies, who they came and rallied for us. And so now Trump is saying he's not willing to reciprocate. And that basically was saying that they're still singing the same song, that Europeans are not contributing enough towards NATO or their own security. And although that was true in the past, mind you, only 2% of their GDP is necessary as a contribution for security, period, to NATO. Um, and some countries like Germany had a valid reason why they weren't doing that anymore. Example, World War II. So now, since the first Trump administration, they have amped up their security funding. They also started adding more money since the Ukraine Russia issue. But the Europeans took Vance's speech as Trump being pro Russia, especially with reference to Ukraine, because Trump also announced that the US and Russia are getting together in Saudi Arabia to do peace talks regarding Ukraine. And they said that Ukraine is welcome to join them. The president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, said, I never received an invitation. Ukraine sits in European territory. So all of these European countries are like, wait, hold up. How are we not involved? The Trump administration fires back and says, well, the last time you tried this in 2016, it failed because too many people were at the table.
yep,
But you can't negotiate that peace, those peace talks, without one of the combatants being there. So it's very fishy that they're going to Saudi Arabia to do this.
yep. They're going to Saudi Arabia to do it. I was like, wait a minute. So you're
Mm-hmm.
saying there's too many people at the table. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the traders. Look, it's like the traders. Let me stop. But Debbie, did you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be as serious as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that the Canadian CIA
Mm-hmm.
came here to help us recover bodies from 9/11?
No, no, I didn't. But I'm sure we had help from a lot of people, a
The
lot of
Canadian
countries.
Secret Service,
Uh-huh.
not their fire department,
Mm-hmm.
not their police department, but the Canadian Secret Service. Hi, Miss Sweet Tooth J.
And
When I
where
heard
did you
that,
hear
and then
this from?
somebody said that they were part of that recovery.
Okay, the verbiage is kind of shady for me. Who did you? What source did you hear this from? And who is somebody?
Let's leave it at that. Okay.
No, we can't leave it at that because that is how false information gets out there. That like, okay, never mind. Never mind.
People in Canada are going, the CIS. This is what a content creator said. Girl, I was done. Okay. Anyway, I was done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. So, we have some updated news. Michelle, don't ask me. I didn't say it, Michelle, okay? The Rocky Canadian Police Department, Mounted Police, she said the Secret Service, and she was one of the people with the Secret Service that came to help recover bodies. When I heard that, I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so here's my issue with that. If that's not verifiable, if like I think you just add on to the alternative facts and the fake news by repeating it.
It is not verifiable because it never happened.
Right, but then why repeat it?
I was just asking if you knew something I didn't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. That's just crazy. That's okay. Well,
All
good
right.
on her if she attended. I hope she found something. And at least she has national insurance to pay for her cancer treatments or whatever.
Okay. So I was talking to Debbie about the two kids in Michigan, right? Um, about the two kids that died of hypothermia. Well, they're assuming there's not been a confirmation on that, but the 2 year old and the 9 year old that died in the backseat of the car. And the daddy, um, who didn't help or didn't get his kids, like I said, I don't care if it was for a day, 2 hours, 3 hours a week. It doesn't matter. These are your kids. They set up a GoFundMe and they've gotten over $43,000 so far. Okay. Um, Debbie and I were just talking, and when I showed the news clip with the sister with the nails and everything else, um, I want to know, where was this family when you, your mama, your two teenage siblings, and your four kids were sleeping in a car for 3 months? Where was their father? Well, we know where he was because he posted on TikTok him out with his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. Hi, sweet potato. Here's my thing. The woman that he was with, I think that you're lower than a piece of scum if you're going to be with a man that did not, and three of her four kids are his, that didn't encourage that man to get those kids, didn't encourage that man to check on those kids. You're sitting there reaping benefits thinking you have a man when you have a piece of man that isn't worth anything. This man now wants to get there and cry about his kids, but you said it had been 2 months since you actually
So,
talked to them on FaceTime and he lived in Norway or whatever it was.
okay,
It doesn't matter.
let me throw something in there. So this woman that he was with on Valentine's Day, enjoying a meal, and he said, in also wherever he was putting this up, that he hadn't seen his kids in 2 months, right?
On FaceTime, but the
Okay,
last time was
time
two
them in
months
2
ago on a
months.
FaceTime call.
Okay, so if he hadn't done that,
Who did
he had
that?
forgotten his kids for 2 months. What makes you think that he's telling his new girlfriend that he even got kids? I wouldn't condemn her yet.
He knew about this now that it's all on the news that he lost his kids.
Now,
Yeah.
We don't know what garbage he's feeding her. He could be saying that bitch kept them away from me. Look, she went living in a car. How am I supposed to know where they at?
First of all, he said on the news that she called him and asked him, could she get the kids? But he says she didn't specify why. It didn't matter. She called you. You are the father. I understand you have to work, but just like he said on that news, that she could have called his family. Bitch, you could have called too. You could have called too and asked your family, hey, I'm working. Can you get the kids and I will come get them? He said he was at the gym and got the call that he needed to come to the hospital. Get the fuck out of here.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Mm.
He don't give a shit about those kids. Now, the rumor was that he started the GoFundMe, but the name is kind of funny. It could be a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the rumor. He started the GoFundMe. I don't know if he did or not, but I wouldn't send a penny to anything that he was involved with. Anything.
Mm.
And now the city is working to get them housing and everything else. Again, I understand the mother, okay? She want to keep her kids together. I'm not going to say shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I did the other day. Okay, temperatures dipped down in the negative degrees. I know it could have worked, whatever, but there was a thin blanket there. Oh my God, oh, Debbie, foster care, something. I would have went to a hospital, sat there in emergency. You always say what you, but I'm saying two, but not one, but two kids. And then the sister has the nerve to put out a statement about what everybody's going to say about her sister. Girl, stop it. It's just sad. It's
It
sad.
is a sad situation, but it's not adding up to me. Um, the video that you showed yesterday gave me a lot of doubts. And this is one of the primary reasons why I don't contribute to GoFundMe's. First of all, I don't know who's starting them. Second of all, I don't know the people I'm contributing to. Like I told Heidi before this show started, uh, the only place that I ever contribute to is the Red Cross, financially, like with funds, and I donate clothes to the Salvation Army and Goodwill. That's it.
Mm. I, you hate to say coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever, but in this case, yes, everybody is judging. Everybody is judging. You heard what the mayor said about, there was proof she reached out in September. You heard him say that the staff wasn't proactive. They weren't proactive to reach back out to the family. We saw the other day about how their families, there's a waiting list for 900 people. I'm confused. I'm so confused when I see the sister sitting there in her pink Victoria's Secret tights, her her faux leather jacket, her little furry boots. Okay, I'm looking at you with your braids intact. Your hair is immaculate. Your nails are on fleek. Explain to me, where were you at when your sister needed help and your nieces and nephews? I don't care if I don't speak to my sister. My sister that's next to me in age, she was going through a rough time when I was living in Houston. I called her and I said, hey, you need some place to go. You can come here. You've got your own room. You've got your own bathroom. The only thing I ask is that you don't have people running in and out of my house. That's it. She wouldn't accept it. I told her, whatever money you're making, save it so you can get yourself on your feet. But I don't want these people in and out of my house. She didn't take it because she wants to do, hi, Jane Creek dude. She wants to do what she wants to do, but not in my house. I'm offering you a place to be rent free. Everything's done. Get your shit together. That's it. That's it. I did the same thing to my nephew. He had surgery. He had no place to go. He was losing his place. I brought him to stay with me until he was back on his feet. I don't understand it. And then the other lady that I showed, when her sister says she's renting a flat and they can't be there, this is the winter time. Don't people make exceptions to the rules? I'm asking Debbie.
If they have the space, yes. If they have the funding, yes. And there's obviously long wait lists for all of these institutions. We don't know the full facts. My thing is, with this situation, be angry at the father, because he created those children.
Yes. And when you said they don't have room, when Hurricane Ike came to Houston, it was supposed to hit out in Southwest Houston really bad, downtown floods. My brother, his wife, his daughter, her boyfriend, the daughter was pregnant, my mother, my sisters, my nephews, my sister's girlfriend at the time were all in my home. They were in the living room. I had two sofas, well, the sofa and the love seat, and I had somebody on that, someone on the love seat. Nate's room was off limits except for him and Chris. My mom and my other sister was in Chris's room. In the back room, in my computer room, I had my son, his wife, my son, his girlfriend, and Chris. In my laundry room, I had someone in my laundry room. In the family room, I had people on the sofas, on the floor, in sleeping bags. And in my room, I had my niece that was pregnant, my other sister, and my grandbaby were in my bed.
Okay, so with that being said, not everybody family operates like you. Because if something were to happen to me, it would only be my brother to help me. But the rest of my extended family, no.
I'm telling you, we actually had names. My sister's girlfriend went around and she put names, and she was like, the laundry room is off limits. That's my room. And my laundry room was big. She had put her sleeping bag in it, had her little stuff, radio set up. I was like, this is crazy. All these people in my house. Not one time did I say, hey, I don't have the room. We made it work where everybody was comfortable. Bring your own sleeping bags. I have 4 bedrooms. 1 bedroom is turned into an office. My son gave up his room, him and Chris's room, for my mom. And him and his girlfriend and Chris slept in the computer room on an air mattress. Now, that's my oldest son. Nate wasn't giving up shit. Okay. He was complaining people were using his bathroom. Okay. But anyway, we had everybody there. But I want to show you guys this one more time, because this is what I keep looking at.
The mother of 2 children who likely died from hypothermia in a car is speaking out tonight. Her 9-year-old son and 2-year-old daughter were found unresponsive after spending the night in the Hollywood Casino parking garage.
Over the past 24 hours, questions have been raised about why the family didn't get help. During a press conference today, Mayor Mike Duggan revealed that family called the city in November, but nothing was done.
They said it was carbon monoxide.
Look at her.
Oh, I don't know what it is. There's so many stories going around. I haven't even got the right story for my own kids. But one thing I do know, is they could never be cold in their car. Because I keep gas in their car. I do what I got to do to keep them kids with heat. So it's not hypothermia. My kids could have never froze to death. But I called everybody. I called out of state. I called different cities. I called Detroit. I got on the cam list. I've been on the cam list for a long time. Nobody. Every time I call, they say it's no shelter, no bed. I thought I was doing the right thing. I tried to keep them warm at night. That's it. I was just trying to keep them warm. Nobody helped me. It took me to lose 2 of my kids to get this help. I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
If you ever find yourself without...
looking at the sister.
All right, so wait, the one that was talking was the mother of the children that passed away, and the other one in the fur boots is who? Who's she?
That's either the sister or the aunt, but I think it's the sister.
So why was she sitting there so quiet, hearing this woman begging? Like she said that she was calling around like all of the
Yep.
agencies to find shelter.
Yep.
Or her family, because
the agencies. But again, your mother is with you. Does your mother not have family that can take you in? They said that they were in the car with the mother and the woman that's crying, two of her teenage siblings and her 4 kids. There was no one to take you in. This is what I'm going to say about a lot of Hispanic people. Y'all can say what y'all want. They will group together. They will all live in the same homes. They will be there for each other. It doesn't matter. There was some type of family that could have stepped in and helped this woman. You can't tell me that mother doesn't have siblings. You can't tell me that woman that's crying about her kids don't have, because there was one sitting right there. And then the daddy out on a date while you got 2 kids that are now deceased. You don't give a shit. When we had that ice storm in Texas, everybody was calling me, Heidi, come here, because we were on a rolling grid. My area didn't have power. It would roll. So my ex, who lives in a house that he and I got, that we had together, called. He goes, hey, why don't you guys come over here? And I was like, okay. But then the roads were icy. It was late. I said, you know what? I said, Justin, jump in my bed. I had charged up because, if we got power in the morning, we're not going to have power at night. I charged up everything, his phone, the laptops, everything. I had 3 big blankets on my bed. I had everything. My grandson slept in my bed. I made sure he was warm. I get it. They were in a car. But no, you've got family. Amber was calling. Heidi, you and Justin come here. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, that's too far. Even though it's not far, but with the roads the way they were, no, I wasn't going to take that chance with Justin. Going right down the street to my old house, I could have, but then it got dark and I didn't want to take the chance of slipping on ice, my car spinning out. No, so I made it do what it do. But you can't tell me you didn't have family that didn't know your situation and didn't take you in. Yeah, exactly. You can't tell me that. See? Look what Wisco Gal did.
But again, not every family is like yours, meaning everybody out there. Like everybody's family is different. For one, the mother must be in shock if she went to the same family member that's sitting next to her in the interview,
exactly,
all dolled up, and they all knew she was begging for help, wasn't receiving any, and living in her car with her kids, and none of them made space. It speaks volumes towards her family. I feel bad for the woman. I have no compassion for her children's father. I have nothing to say about his girlfriend, because honestly, my feelings are about him based on this. But again, condolences to the family. And I hope they find out what the cause of death is. Based on what she's saying, she had the car gassed up.
Yeah.
The kids were warm. So it could have been carbon monoxide.
It could have been carbon monoxide. That's what I was thinking. Could have been carbon monoxide.
But was she in the car?
Yep, they were all in the car.
How many kids in total? How many
4
persons
kids.
were in the car? 4 kids. But
4
only
kids.
2 passed away.
Her mother is in a minivan. It's the mother, her mother, the kids' mothers, teenage siblings, and her 4 kids. Hi, Vault. Good morning, sweetie.
Okay, I lost count, but that's a lot of people.
Okay, so all together it was 7 people. How was that?
7 people, and only 2 perished. I would like to hear the autopsy report on that.
Now, if they were sleeping in the back of the minivan where the exhaust system is and stuff, it could have seeped in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or if there was like a crack, somebody cracked the window or something like that. Yeah, it could have. Again, it's an unfortunate situation. I believe her when she says she tried everything. Because who would want to live in a minivan with so many people in the dead of winter? And you said they were in Michigan?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Wisco gal. How come no one can take their mother in and their teenage siblings? Does the mother not have family as well? I want to hear this whole story. I want to know. And what you see, this is the kind of shit that I don't like. You know how you go to church on Christmas and Easter, and people you haven't seen in mass is in there, and they're dressed in their finest. Everybody shows up. You know what I mean? Let's see the family that shows up, because the services are February 19th. Good morning, Mari. The services for these two kids is February 19th. Let's see all the family that's going to be out there crying and showing their ass and all this bullshit when you could have done something to prevent the death of these 2 kids. That's when I get pissed off. I told my other sister, which is my half sister, when my dad was going through all that chemo shit, and I'm asking her to go with my other sister or take my dad to give her a break, our dad, to give my other sister a break. She gonna talk about he didn't go to her mother's funeral. Well, he was in the hospital at that time, and you want to talk shit. And I did. I said, if anything happened to my dad, if that bitch shows up at that service, we were going to whip her ass, and meant every word of it. Don't show up to show out, because you will get knocked the fuck out. And we made it quite clear. Don't show up. You couldn't do that. So I had to leave Texas 3-4 o'clock in the morning to get to Louisiana so I can make sure I'm there to give my sister a break, because she's with them all during the week, to take him to his chemo treatment. Get the fuck out of here. Don't show up to show out, because you're going to get knocked the fuck out. And we meant that. And I told her, she knew I wasn't playing. Don't show up. And I haven't spoken to her since. So I want to see all these people that's going to show up. I'm sure the mayor's going to be there, because it's a press opportunity, it's a press op. But I want to see the family members.
They also, the local government might also show up as a preventative measure from suits, like litigation.
Yep.
Because that interview also shows me that they might be gearing up for that.
I think so. But every time I see this story, and then I heard about the GoFundMe, and Debbie, I was so tempted to donate. I really was. And then I saw the money they had already raised. It was at 12,000, and it seems like within less than 12 hours, it jumped to 43,000 something.
And see that, and that shows my point. When someone wants to donate to a GoFundMe or a crowdsource, whatever it is,
Crowdfunding.
right, and they go and they see, they can make the judgment whether, one, they want to contribute, and two, most importantly, what they want to do with their money. Same way how I see all of these, you told me this morning there was a GoFundMe, and I said to you this morning, I would not have donated.
Everybody, well, not every, people were saying that the father started it, but they, I'm sure Reverend Sharpton's going to be there, but the person's name, it's like a unisex name, and it just has the M for the last name. It doesn't, but people were saying it was the father. And then when you see him out there enjoying himself for Valentine's Day, and I'm sitting there going, are we kidding? Are we kidding? Then I looked and I was like, I would really like to help her. If she had a Cash App, I would have sent her money, not him or whoever it is. But I'm sure, and I'm saying I'm sure, I am sure the city or even the funeral home has stepped in. And that happens a lot when a tragedy happens. A funeral home will bury at their own expense because they do it as a write-off too.
And it's free advertising.
Yep. So where is this 43,000 going to go to if the city is working diligently to get them in a place? So is that money going to go to her and her family? Where is this money going? See, that's how I start thinking about shit. Maybe I shouldn't, but that's the way I think about it.
There's nothing wrong with thinking that way. It's like but that's what I mean. You're actually thinking about it. You're actually thinking about things are going to start getting real tough real soon. And I think about every purchase that I make.
Yep.
Because for the last year, I have not thought about purchase. I just spent.
Me too. Spent like it's nothing. And now I'm sitting there going, I don't blew this. And I'm not saying blow or blew it because because I was spending it on something that I wanted to do. And then you sit back and you think, and you're like, fuck, what were you thinking about?
Well, I okay. Should I say I don't regret? I try not to regret what I
try not to regret the things that I do.
And I know that when I'm not when I'm not feeling good, like when I'm depressed or whatever, my reflex is to go shopping. And so this entire year, I have fucked around. And now yesterday, when I looked at my subscription on Amazon, I found out. So now I'm doing a lot of thinking about my spending. And so, I should be doing that every day.
Yeah, I've cut way down on my spending. Sort of. And like I was telling you earlier, I really want to go out the house. And my first thing is, I said I wanted to go to the store. And you asked me, what do you need? I said nothing.
But because you always tell me you got a freezer full of food and you don't go in there. You're lucky I didn't tell you to open up the freezer door and go and get some fresh air. But I was trying to be nice because it's Sunday.
I told Debbie, I said, I need to go to the store. She goes, what do you need?
And she couldn't answer me. And that's how I knew she don't need nothing. Go open up your freezer door and take a breath of fresh air and pull out some meat. And by the time we get over here,
you never asked me what do I need. I just went, nothing.
Go and clang two pots together and cook. That's what my auntie used to say.
I don't need anything. I've got beef ribs. I've got steaks. I've got chicken. I have some. The only thing I don't have is shrimp, which I need to go to Costco for, but I'm not going down that hill until the road is clear. I don't need shrimp. Look, I don't need sugar. I don't need coffee. I don't need rice. I don't need coffee made. I need nothing. I don't need anything. I just want to get out the house. And every time I go to the store, like the day I went in the office and it was like 2 or 3 degrees when I left my house, I stopped by the store because I had to pick up one thing. One thing I had to pick up. I walked out the store. I done spent $128.37. No, $133.28. I don't know what the fuck I bought. I knew I got. I knew I bought chopped salad. Chopped salad. I bought jalapeno serranos, a cucumber, chips. I think I bought a chicken, a whole chicken. I bought a couple of steaks. I bought coffee creamer, bananas, rice. $133.28.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Oh, grapes, because the little containers of grapes and the little cheese squares to go with it. That's it.
You need to find the equivalent of an.
And you know what I said after I got to that thing? I said, I looked at the stuff on that conveyor belt. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't need any of this shit. Then I'm thinking, do I have room in my freezer? Girl, I gotta stop. See, I just said, Wisco Gal, one time I almost bought a standalone freezer. One of the small ones. I did. I said, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop. But I needed to, and I'm glad I did get the coffee creamer. I'm glad I did get some of the stuff because I didn't know that the weather was going to be still. But still, I didn't need it at that time. I don't need it now, but it's nice to know that it's here. I got to stop that shit. Really have to stop. Really have to stop. So anyway, guys, so I wanted to talk about, and yes, we're going to do The Last Resort and we're going to do Balon, but I just wanted to discuss some of this stuff in the news first. Since I don't do a lot of morning lives anymore, which I don't know, depends on how the weather looks tonight and how the roads look. I might be doing a morning live tomorrow. But anyway, do we remember, I don't know if you guys that were here, if you guys remember Jimmy J, the young man that went missing from the University of Mississippi. Does anybody remember me covering that story about 2 years ago? He was a gay man, a gay young man, and he was last seen out at this place. Well, they found his body, but the guy that they accused of the murder, he had a mistrial because of the 11 jurors voted to convict him. One juror was a holdout. Well, they found his body. So now charges, and they have been upgraded to first-degree murder. So let me show you this. They found him, and it's just almost 3 years, and they found his remains. So here we go.
Well, tonight, a major breakthrough in the case and death of Ole Miss college student Jimmy J. Lee, who disappeared almost 3 years ago. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Pepper Baker. Oxford police confirmed Lee's remains were found in Carroll County, Mississippi, nearly 3 years after he was reported missing. The discovery also comes just weeks after a mistrial for Lee's murder, in large part because no body was ever found.
Until now, Carroll County is about an hour and a half south of Oxford. ABC 24's Scott Mattis is in Oxford with the developing story.
Good evening, and those rumors started to gain steam right here in the city of Oxford and also down in Carroll County, Mississippi, where those human remains were discovered. Also, after it was widely reported that Jimmy Lee's necklace was found very close to those human remains. And this afternoon, just after 12 o'clock, the Oxford Police Department put out notice along with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office confirming that those remains were recovered in a wooded area and that they are Jimmy J. Lee. Now, this is the desolated and wooded area off a dirt road very close to Highway 82 in Winona, Mississippi, where it is believed that the human remains of Jimmy J. Lee were discovered on Saturday. I spoke with multiple people in Carroll County, and they tell me this is where they saw a flurry of law enforcement activity over the weekend.
I don't think there's any words that could make them feel better in a way.
But all across the community, you think that word is spread?
Yeah. I think it's good they got closure, but then at the same time, it's a horrible thing that happened.
The sheriff there would not respond to my request.
Now, I'm sorry. In order for the prosecutors to prosecute him, the family had to declare him legally dead. They did that in November before his trial started. They declared their son legally dead. And shit.
For an interview or information into the discovery of those human remains. But today, law enforcement confirmed with me that the Mississippi State Crime Lab confirmed today through DNA analysis that those remains in fact are those of Jimmy J. Lee. While there are still more questions than answers, I spoke with several people here in Oxford, Mississippi, and they all say they hope this discovery brings J. Lee's family and friends some sort of closure.
It's awful. I mean, the whole thing is awful. I'm glad that his family can maybe have some closure now, but it's crazy just the timing with the trial, being a mistrial and now Hunter's stumbling upon his remains. It's awful in all regards.
You'll remember Jay Lee went missing in the early morning hours of July 8th, 2022, which coincidentally was his mother's birthday. And just a couple of months ago, in December of last year, here at the Lafayette County Courthouse, Timothy Harrington was on trial for Lee's death. Now, of course, just 2 months ago, the case ended up at a mistrial right here at the Lafayette County Courthouse. Many believe because there was both a lack of evidence and also a lack of a body. Now, I reached out to the state prosecutor's office, but have not heard back. For now, reporting in Oxford, Mississippi, I'm Scott Mattis.
Girl, isn't that some shit?
We are beginning to...
Isn't that some shit? God works in mysterious ways. Mistrial, nobody, lack of evidence, and guess what pops up?
So what's going to happen? They already made it a mistrial, right?
Yep, but they're refiling the charges. Charges are being refiled. I was just like, oh my God. So, guys, let me tell you that link that I put in the chat before I started. I was watching the body cam footage for Extension's murder. It's graphic. It shows him in the car. But you don't see the blood because they hit him 4 times. You can see the way the police were acting. They were saying he was a 7. They didn't want EMS to put a pack on him to see if they can find signs of life. But EMS insisted they did. They found some vitals. They got him in the ambulance, but he still died. But it's graphic. But you're gonna see how the cops at the scene was acting. And they got the doors up in the car and he's laying in the seat sideways. I'm laying back like you guys can see me. It was just bad. It was just bad. The way the whole scene was, the way the whole scene was, it was just bad. And with them talking, like, it was just nothing. It was just nothing. Okay. Let me show you this. Debbie, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. I want to show you guys this. This shit, I don't know what's going on in Michigan. I really don't. Something is in the water in Michigan these days.
Only these days?
Well, lately in the news, it seems like Michigan stays in the news. I want you to see this. This car goes airborne. Watch.
Adia Dobbins stands in the courtyard of this apartment complex. A car flies into frame.
Couldn't see anything, couldn't hear anything, just a lot of smoke.
It's around 10:30 Tuesday morning. Dobbins says she heard what she thought was just a car crash on 9 Mile.
And I heard it before I saw it, and I assumed it was just a really bad crash. And then all of a sudden, this poor man's car just came sailing through the air, and it flipped and it landed, and I just started praying.
Police are still working to determine what caused the 38-year-old driver from Southfield to lose control roughly a block away, travel up on the lawn, and flip over and crash.
You could see that there are some bricks taken down here. I think it was the facade on the side of the walkway there. So it came through here. So we'll be piecing it back together, get all the answers. But I think the majority of the damage was where he actually impacted the building.
Will Turner says he came upon the crash just after it happened.
I turn around and I see this. Now, they took a guy out of here. I hope he's okay.
We're told the victim was conscious and alert, and he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
It got so bad, even his shoes and socks came off.
The owner of Ferndale One Apartments says he rushed over from Canton as soon as he heard what happened.
Thank God, nobody hurt.
Remarkable.
Yes.
When you look at that, you're like,
oh, I'm sick of them, man. Yeah. I still was crazy.
Given the circumstances, it really is the best-case scenario for all involved.
It's where the car went into the building. There's a stairwell. The apartment behind that, I did check, and everything is safe in there, and the individuals in there are safe. So no injuries to any of the occupants here. We are having the building evaluated for safety, but other than that, it appears that all the residents are going to be able to remain in their units.
I have one thing to say. That first lady who was the witness to the incident, she has a beautiful voice.
Yes, Debbie, I said that too when I heard her.
She has such a beautiful voice, and her accent is so weird. I almost thought she was Canadian at first. But not saying that the Canadian accent was weird. It's just that I couldn't place her accent. But yeah, she has a beautiful tone to her voice.
And then all the mudslides that are still going on in California, I'm like, oh my goodness. But I wanted to show you guys, I want to show you this about the hostages. We talked about the hostages yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I did say I was going to find something on it. And I did. Mm-hmm. This one hostage revealed about the torture. Let me now I know they said 3 were released yesterday. I was trying to see how many are out as of this morning. And I couldn't find it. I don't know, Debbie, maybe you know?
Nope.
So, yeah, oh, damn. So this is the Mirror. I wanted, hold on.
The UK Mirror?
Yes. Yeah, this isn't the one. She was actually talking, and I think I clicked the wrong one to save. She was actually talking about the torture that she received at the hands of Hamas. What? Of Hamas. What?
Yeah, no, like that. Oh my God! And she only just got released, so she was in there for like almost 2 years.
Yep. So the UK Mirror is that like the National Enquirer?
I don't think it's as bad as the Enquirer.
Not as bad.
No.
Okay. Claudia, I hope you found somewhere. Okay. So there's another plane crash, guys. Have you guys heard about this plane crash that happened in New Smyrna Beach? This plane crash, and the pilot it was just one person. And
wait, is this the one from yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, was fatally injured, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and the family of the pilot who was killed.
Just in the past few minutes, the pilot of a small plane you heard was confirmed dead in rural Flagler County after rescuers searched for the past 24 hours. First for the plane, there it is, and then the pilot after they found the wreckage. And we just found out that this was actually a skydiving plane being moved from one airport to another. Good evening to you. I'm Eric Von Anken. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night. NTSB officials say the plane was flying from Sebastian to Palatka when it disappeared from radar and ended up here in the woods. The plane, as you see, is in pieces, so answers are not coming quickly. News 6's Jarrell Baker is live tonight at the scene of that crash. Jarrell, what do we know at this point?
Hey, Jarrell.
Yeah, well, Eric, I just spoke to an NTSB official. They just told me that around 6:40 last night, that is when...
Wait a minute, let me stop. You heard the way he said NTSB? It's like he had to memorize the damn initials instead of saying NTSB.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe he was just trying to enunciate it correctly, like, and make sure he got the letters in the right order. Like, I've done that before.
Okay. All right.
Took a right turn, and that was when it went off the radar and they lost contact with it. Shortly after that, officials say that plane crashed a mile up the road here in this wooded area off of State Road 11. And we have some pictures of how that plane looked in that crash from there. Now, Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says they found this 2012 Cessna 208 Caravan after midnight. He said they got the call about the missing plane around 8 p.m. Sheriff Staley says that the radar last showed the plane dropping quickly from 900 feet.
We started walking actually this area and noticed the smell of fuel. That allowed us to have the Volusia helicopter pointed in a smaller area, and they spotted one of the tires. Deputies went there, and basically this plane is unrecognizable.
Plane crashes happen every day. But now it's just like it's out there. Well, not every day.
The FAA and the NTSB
I can't. Let me stop. I can't. Debbie, I can't.
Leave him alone.
The FAA. I can't.
To see
He out in the middle of the bush. Leave him alone.
Sheriff Staley says that the plane was flying from Sebastian, Florida to Palatka and was planned to be used for skydiving. Now, as we know, the pilot was the only person on that 10-seater plane, according to the investigators. They'll be back out here
tomorrow. Don't make me
laugh.
He does it again.
So they can see and look through the swampy wooded area to find anything else that leads to what caused this crash. Here in Flagler County, Jarrell Baker getting results, News 6.
Results.
Tough investigation.
So Miss Sweet Tooth J confirmed the mirror is one of the rags.
Okay. Look, that's why I was asking, because I knew I saw some. Look, let me do this. The FAA and the NTSB is on the case. I'm sorry, I can't, Debbie. Okay, let's talk about.
Out there, Jarrell. Thank you. We'll see you again.
Did you watch The Last Resort? I had one about a principal, but I'm going to save that. That actually great. Look, great. Some kids, okay? Yeah, we'll save that one for later. The principal was charged with great. And, you know, he was on TV after writing a book, a paternity book. And that's some shit. It's like the mother that killed the kid's daddy, and then she wrote a book about grief, on children grieving. So you're a rapist, and you write a book on paternity. You know what? And Onaja, you know, the woman that was in Palestine, and then she went to Dubai, Debbie. Well, Dubai took her off the plane, and because she spat on a Dubai man in the street, they took her off the plane
and put her in jail.
Yeah, and she's facing 5 years in Dubai.
Well, here's the thing. Fuck around and find out. They were very hospitable to her in where was she? Pakistan?
Yeah.
The first time? Right. I don't know why they routed her through Dubai. They could have routed her through Mumbai.
No, what she did was she was supposed to get on a flight to New York, and she took a flight to Dubai.
Oh my! Why did her family not come and get her? See, this is a prime example. Not everybody's family is like your family.
And now
her family is like my family. My mother used to tell me and my brother, we here in a foreign country. If you do anything to get caught up with the police, do not call my house if you're guilty. Waste your 10 cents. Yes, going back to 10 cents. Waste your 10 cents on somebody else who give a damn. But if you innocent, you could call and I'll try to help you.
Oh my God, Debbie.
Yeah.
All right.
But it kept us out of jail though.
I
Because we
used to
knew
tell my
our
son,
mother wasn't going to help us.
I used to tell my sons all the time, you can call me one time. Just one. That's it. If you get in trouble again, don't call me because I'm not coming. And I said, you hang around with your cousins and I don't want to hear, but you didn't know because you know what your cousins do. Okay? I won't hear it. So I just let them know.
It was a
Hey.
scare tactic that worked for us because, because this wasn't where we were from. And my mother was telling us, I taught y'all right from wrong. Y'all know right from wrong. Y'all are not stupid. Y'all know that we don't do what these people do here. And mind you, she was talking to us from a standpoint of Brooklyn, New York, late 70s, early 80s. It was if you were there, you knew what was going on. She was talking to us from that standpoint. And she's basically said, I raised y'all better and I sacrificed too much to come to this country and bring y'all with me for y'all to fuck it up. My mother was a very hard woman, but it paid off in the end.
So, did you watch Balon out loud?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And as usual, I was in and out, but I kind of got the gist of it. And why did she announce her engagement if he hadn't proposed yet on the show? It's kind of like a big womp womp womp.
Yeah, and I saw that and I was like, okay, but I think the sequence is out of order. Okay, you remember they came back. She was in the kitchen with her family. They were talking about the conversation she had with Colin's parents. When Colin and his parents were sitting, his sister was there, and she almost stated then that they were going to move in together. But Colin hasn't spoken to his family yet. So she did a good job of covering it up with his sister. But when they said it, I like what the mom said, that she wants Balon to be herself. And she's not just Colin's girlfriend with Tourette's, but she's Balon Colin's girlfriend, and she wants her to feel comfortable around them. I thought that was really nice. Do you think she just did it for the cameras or what? Because they look very uncomfortable.
They were very uncomfortable because I don't think they're in agreement with them living together because of their religious beliefs and their morals. And I get it, but they want to support their son. I get it. What I didn't agree with, the two of them announced this to his parents, but she by herself told her parents last week.
Yep.
So then that was kind of like, okay, so we got to be really ultra conservative for his ultra conservative parents. And then he was giving the impression, well, if they don't go along with this and support it, like, I don't know. Like, you don't know what. It's like, it wasn't making no sense.
But what I'm confused about, so Balon must get a disability check or something, because he said his roommate was moving out. He couldn't afford to live on his own, which is bullshit. You're in the military. They give you a housing allowance that basically covers, if not all, most of your rent or mortgage. So when you said that, I knew you were lying then. I had three sons that were in the military.
Isn't it better when you are married? Like, don't they up it when you're married?
Yes.
Right, but as a single, is it still like a single individual person? Is it still good?
Yep, he still gets a housing allowance. He
Right,
gets
no, I know he gets it, but then go ahead.
Okay, he gets it, but it's going to cover either, depends on where he's renting. Okay, it covers most of it or damn near all of it. Okay, it depends on where he's living. They give you a housing allowance if you don't live on base. So when he said he couldn't afford it, my first thing was find a cheaper apartment that would be paid for by your housing allowance. Now you do get more for your wife and your kids. You do get more, but he's full of shit. He's full of shit. And when he said it, I got so mad. I said, find a cheaper place to live.
But again, she keeps on stressing living in DC to be near him.
Yeah.
DC
And it's
is super,
expensive
super
in DC.
expensive. Yeah.
Yep. It's expensive in DC. It's expensive in Clinton now. And now that they put that new freeway or that new thing, it's extended all the way out to Bowie.
Right. But does the housing allowance
Yes.
cover cost of living for the area that the military personnel is in?
Every year. Yep, every year they get a cost of living increase.
No. But do you get more of a housing allowance for living in DC because you're working out of the Pentagon versus housing allowance down in Mississippi?
No, it's basically it's like a cost of living increase no matter where you are. So
not the cost of living increase. What I'm asking is the housing allowance the same as if you were based in DC, where the the rent is higher than if you were based in Mississippi?
Yeah, the housing is across the board. I wish Nathan was here
It's
and
the
he could really
same.
explain it. But it depends on your rank, okay? What your housing, how you're going to get it. And it goes by ranks, okay? It goes by ranks. So I'm trying to see if he's an E3 or an E4. He's off base. He's got a housing allowance. You live within that housing allowance, whether it's 800, 1,000, whatever it is. You try to stay within that. You have to stay. Yes. Hi, Bree. Yep. So I'm thinking Balon must get, and not thinking, she's probably getting disability, don't you think?
If she can't work, she can't drive. It seems like it.
Well, I'm thinking it because she always wants to go shopping, okay? And so she must have her own money coming in. And that's the way I was looking at it. But when, the dad talking about, he needs to put on more bacon, but she was explaining how his parents were. They were happy that they came to them. And then she said that she's going to go into the city to meet her friends so they can do a little shopping. I was shocked by that because the mother seems to like to be close to her. And she says, I'll take you, but how are you going to get back? Now, the fact that she did go in the city and he went to this damn store that I was scared to death she would start doing. But when she's not around her mom and her dad, she seems a little calmer. Is it just me?
I think she felt comfortable with the best friend and the new friend that has the Tourette's as well. When she's with her mom and dad, I think in this season, she has been stressed about something that she's doing with them. The biggest trigger that she had was at the conference. So it just depends for me. At first, I was thinking that her parents were triggering her, but I've changed that opinion.
But she was keeping out of control with her and that girl when they were in that store. But her Botox has helped. The girl that's with her, I think, has helped her a lot. But can we talk about Colin's shorts, please? Please.
Colin's what?
His shorts.
His clothing shorts? What was wrong?
Yes, his clothing.
He had on shorts? When?
His hot pants that he had on down at the park with his mom and dad and Balon and his sister.
What was wrong with them?
Did you see how it was like those are shorts he would wear to the gym to exercise? Girl, did you see how tight and how high those shorts were?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. They were like booty shorts. They were booty
Yes,
shorts.
they were booty shorts. I was trying to find a picture of Colin's shorts, okay? Because I'm like, what the fuck are we wearing here? I'm serious. I was looking for these shorts. Let me see. Can we find them? I need a full picture of these booty shorts because I'm like, why are we in these shorts? It's like the shorts you went to the gym to go work out because they didn't come mid-thigh. They came right up. Girl, yep. He's got thighs.
Oh God, let me see.
And I guess when he did pick her up to go to his mom, he had those type of shorts on too. I'm like, what the fuck are we wearing here?
Maybe he's just comfortable.
It's the polyester shorts, like the kind like the coaches wear on the football field when they coach. I'm sorry.
Right, Ryan is too much. Colin is caked up. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was like, what shorts are these? But okay, let's go. So then she tells her friends in there that she's moving in with Colin. Her other friend is kind of worried. But when Colin goes to speak to her dad with the damn chainsaws out there, what did he have? 9 of them, 10 of whatever it was. And he's telling Colin, that he's never seen her at her worst like she was 4 years ago. And if you hurt my daughter, I'll find you. How is he going to hurt your daughter? I'm confused. He's been with your daughter all this time. Granted, they haven't lived together, but he's around her enough. What's at her worst? Is it what we saw at that TikTok conference?
No, remember she said something to Colin. Balon said to Colin, I mean, you weren't with me 4 years ago when I couldn't get out of bed and my parents had to feed me and bathe me.
Yes. Yes.
So I remember her saying that to Colin, and the father have a point. Like, you see her now and you think it's cute and ha ha ha, and she's doing cook-a-doodle doo and fuck you, you're bald and I have penis, you have all this. And they think it's a joke, like at the when they went to the bar, and the two girls were ticking each other off, and the three guys were standing up there and they were laughing. Yeah, well, no, you know why people turn around and look at them? Because we saw behind the velvet rope with all of the cameras circling them. Of course, people are going to be looking. So TLC and production company, y'all gave yourself away. It's not necessarily that the people in these public spaces are looking at the cast. They're also looking at all of the ridiculous camera setups that y'all have around them.
But those two girls that were at the bar when she was making all those sounds, girl, again, they were looking and rolling their eyes.
Edits.
Okay. And can I ask a question? Shit, I had it. If Balon says that her drinking and it triggers her tics, but this is what young people do. Why are you taking her? I get it. But why are you asking her if she wants more shots? And he's asking her if she's ready. She's not a regular girl.
He gave himself away when he said, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
Because they were doing it for the camera.
Yeah.
Because if he had said, "Are you sure?" that would have been different. He asked her if she was ready. So basically that tells me he's saying, "You ready to tick out, girl?"
Thank you. He's going to be at work. I don't know why he brought up his relocation if he doesn't know where he's going or when his relocation is going to take place. I think that's the dumbest idea. And if you're being relocated, that means you're not going to be in that area. So why get an apartment now? Why not wait until you're relocated?
Don't they let the military out of leases? if they have a relocation?
Yes, some of them do, and some of
Yeah.
them don't. Okay. When Nate was in San Antonio, when
Mhm.
he had to go overseas,
Mhm.
um, he could have did that,
Mhm.
but the fact was, and I told him to do it, but he paid out his lease. He paid out his lease. But
Mm.
some of them, if it's a military area, yes, they do. But Colin knows that if he's going to be relocated, he's not going to be there. Why sign the lease if you know your relocation is coming up? Is Balin in that much of a hurry to get away from her family?
Here's the thing. I was wondering about that too, but then I said, look, DC is a big military town. They'll probably let him out of the lease because he needs to be the one on the lease because he's the one with a credit history. She does not have one.
Yeah.
Secondly, maybe he's not going to give up the lease when he gets his assignment
But she's going to
because
be there by
but she'll be
herself.
there, right? Because she wants to be in this apartment living in DC for some, excuse me, for some reason.
Yeah, but
So I was thinking that as well. But in the end, I said, okay, if he relocates, it's DC. They're going to let him out of his lease because I remember when I rented the two
yeah,
times
but
the
that's
two units that was down here.
that's
Um,
basically any place that has a high military in the area. If you got more than one base, you have a lot of but relocation means just that. Relocation. He's already stated that if she calls him, he won't be able to jump on a plane because he's in training. That's 6 to 8 weeks. He's in training. So that means to tell me you changed your MOS because you got to go to training. You've changed your MOS. So and he said it, he won't be able to just jump on a plane. My problem is, why are you in such a hurry to do this, knowing when you get relocated, you're going to be there for 3 to 4 years?
well,
That's what
here's
I
the
don't
thing.
understand.
I think he was speaking in generalizations as if he was going to relocate, um, because he doesn't know. He can put in his preferences, and I'm
Yes, he
assuming
can.
that maybe they could override his preferences. Maybe the group he wanted to go into was full of the class, or however you say it in military talk.
That's very
But
hard to do unless
then
you're
I
an
said,
outstanding soldier, and they'll pull it back. Once you lock in, you get 3 choices.
right,
And if you change your MOS, and once you change it, they're going to see where there's an opening within these 3 choices. Okay. If that means delaying your deployment or your relocation for 6 months, hey, that's what they'll do. But unless they'll tell you, hey, we can send you here, you'll rank up, and then you'll be next in line to go there. His
okay.
whole thing doesn't make sense to me. I've got
It
3 sons
does.
and a grandson and a
It
niece
does.
that was in
No,
the
it
military.
does. And now that you've explained that, it does make a lot of sense to me now. I think his next assignment will be DC or the the DMV surrounding area because he is
He's
saying
already
what
there.
could be. No, he's saying what could be.
Okay.
But I think he's choosing to stay on the track that he's at now to stay near her, or worse even, like his time for redeployment isn't even here. I think this is all part of their
Yeah,
storyline.
but I think what made me think about it is when he said his training. Once
Mhm.
he's in training, he
Mhm.
can't jump on a plane and come back. You will have
Right.
to come to me.
I think he was also speaking in hypotheticals.
Okay, because I want to see when he's talking, I'm like, wait a minute, what? And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, and anybody that's military, ex-military, that's watching the show is probably saying the same shit. Man, what are you
Mhm.
talking about? So
Mhm.
you brought it up to tell her about your relocation, because that means he's already been where he's at for at least 4 years. He's already been there at least 4 years. And I'm thinking Colin just got in there because he looks young. Okay. So 4 years, he's almost been there 4 years. So you're either going to be deployed overseas, you've changed your MOS, and you're training for a new career within the branch of service you're in. And I'm thinking maybe Air Force, Marines. I don't see him Army at all. Maybe I can't be wrong, but I see Air Force, Marines, especially in the area where he's at. They live in West Virginia. He is somewhere in the Virginia, D.C. area already stationed. He's stationed in that area already.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes me wonder, what the hell is he talking about?
Because it's not making sense, that's why I think it's storyline.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, let me see what else that happened. Oh my God. When his friends, and she was, how, and I was watching how she was acting with his friends, his guy friends, and how she was cursing out Mike, Mark, whatever. And then she switches it off and she goes, no, seriously. Remember, she said, no, seriously. What am I getting? What am I giving it? What am I getting into moving in with Colin? She said it. No, seriously. She was ticking like crazy. Then she goes, no, seriously. What am I getting into?
Mm-hmm.
So are we just faking all of this for the cameras?
I don't think so. Especially when I saw the other girl and how they were setting each other off.
But did you notice how her friend kept talking over her, even though she was having these loud outbursts?
Right, but didn't the mom say, like, you just ignore it and let it go?
Yep, she kept talking.
I think the friend was saying that, was doing that approach too.
Yep. Now, what did you think about the fact that the girl that I forgot her name, her friend that she met at the conference, she said she had been talking to this guy for 10 years, and then they just decided to start dating?
Oh, that's how long she was talking to him?
Okay. Yep, and they
so
just
now
started
he's
dating.
talking to her?
Because I thought that Colin's friend, I forgot, is it Mike or Mark? He was looking at her pretty hard.
Oh, sizing her up?
Yeah, he was sizing her up.
Oh. She talks about wanting to support her, but he's going to be at work and she'll be alone. Colin is well-intentioned, but not.
The Air Force. I'm sorry. Thank you, Wendy. The
Yeah.
Air Force. I was looking at his haircut. I was looking at his stance. I said, he's Marine or Air Force. More than likely Air Force. I'm looking at him. He's not Army. He won't be Navy at all. Looking at where she's living, because that'll be a hell of a drive from Norfolk or from, there's a Navy
Isn't
yard
there
in
anything
DC.
in Maryland?
Really no, huh?
Isn't there Navy in Maryland?
There's Navy in Virginia. There's Navy in Virginia. There's Navy, Oceana, Norfolk, all of that. Then you do have Navy bases, where there's the personnel, but you're gonna have to be near a lot of water. Yes. So he can go to San Diego. He can go to San Francisco.
I love San Diego. That base down there is awesome. And you always see Navy boys.
Yeah. So, but, the whole thing with the talk with the dad, how did you think the dad's approach to him? See, and that's what I was thinking too, Ryan. She's pretty. She doesn't have all those verbal tics. She does tick, but not like that. And then when Balon went to get Botox and how she wasn't ticking, then I was like, is she doing all of this shit for the show?
Well, she did tick. Didn't she tell one of the cameramen to get out? And she is learning how to control.
Yeah, but she's saying because she was talking to JB. She said because she watched a debate with Joe Biden. Joe Biden is she relates Joe Biden to JB, which means that her family is Republican.
I didn't get that, but okay.
She said she can't stand Joe Biden. That's what she said. And JB, and with the initials, that tells me that they're
She
Republicans.
says she can't stand Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. I heard her talking about the relating of Joe Biden to JB, the
Fleet
correlation,
Week is fun.
but I don't remember that. But
Yep, you can go to
anyway,
New Orleans. Yep, Fleet Week in New Orleans was, God, that was the shit. I was down there for that. It was right around Mardi Gras time, Fleet Week. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetie.
I, based on what the esthetician was saying, the woman who was doing the Botox,
Yes.
let's call her esthetician. When she was telling her, okay, I'm gonna have a needle and it's gonna be near your eye. When you feel the tick coming on, like raise your hand. She was saying,
Yep.
give me a signal so
Yep.
we can do this. Remember, Caitlin is with the therapist, or whatever, with that lady who was telling her how to try to work through her ticks.
Mm-hmm.
She's learning how to do that, or has been learning how to do that, even before this show came about. So I think she has some control over it. And then when she said she was trying to hold back her ticks when she was at his parents' house, so she does have some control.
Some control.
And especially, I think she really wanted to try this because the Botox was less invasive than the brain surgery.
Yep.
And she had never done this before. So, and the girlfriend, the lady that the girl that she met at TikCon, she's done it, and it helped her with her jaw ticks.
Yep, because her ticks are scary the way her face just contorts, and I'm like, oh my God.
Right. And like I think she really wanted this. So she was going to put in a lot of mental effort to suppress the ticks and then to warn the lady as she asked about the ticks coming on so that she could back off.
Yeah, but
I think it depends on her want and need for it.
Yeah, but we see next week that she is actually visiting with a doctor about the brain thing, and they're showing how they put this string in. Did you see the previews for the next show?
Yeah, where she was talking about putting a string, like shave off her hair, fill open her head, and then what does the string do? Like
Shit, they were explaining that, and now
interested in
that you
hearing
asked
that.
me, it just left my brain. Look, because they were explaining it. Oh my God, I can't. I can't. It just left me just that quick. It left me. It was saying that the string would go in and it triggers, it fires what shit. I was thinking, and I knew I should have wrote that part down.
So Don, you really think she's gonna get that surgery? Like
I think so
that's a
too.
lot. But they ain't even test to see if the Botox work.
But that okay, if you think about that young man that was sitting at the end of the table with the curly hair, he had that surgery done, and his mom said it has improved his life by 87%.
87%. So the string will help her stop the cussing tick, right?
Yep.
Oh.
See, and that's just it. The physical ticks is for the Botox. But you know what I thought was cute when she got the car service and she was in the back seat, how the guy and she was explaining to the guy what she had. Now I think he took her to get a falafel. Because she said detour, and he was like, he goes, so you never had a falafel? I think he took her to get a falafel.
Then he was not any Uber driver that I have ever been with, because they don't do that.
My Uber drivers in Vegas would do. I'm telling you, we had great Uber drivers in Vegas. You ask them what the best thing is, and they're gonna take you. I told you, we had one guy that we would use every time we were there. He already knew when we called, he would be there. He took us to the tattoo shop. He'd take us to the weed shop for my sister. He takes us all over. Go to Chinatown to get my boiled crabs. Yep.
Y'all was paying him through the app or directly to him?
Oh, we called on the app, but then we paid him directly too. I mean, because we paid, for the pickup, but anything else we did, he had cash in his pocket.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was that one. So anything else that you thought was good on Balon?
Wait,
Yeah. So her mom is, I can't stand her. I don't know what it is. I can't stand her mom, nor her dad.
His mom says regretting that they waited till she turned 18 and can decide not to get sued. Oh. So you think that if she was under 18, the parents would have done the certain? But
No, the parents would have said no.
The parents would have said
But
no.
Balon is the one that makes the decision now. She's 21.
The father said something about how she was misdiagnosed or something, that nobody could figure out what was wrong with her. When he was talking to Colin with the chainsaws.
Yeah, but you know what is crazy? Because Tourette syndrome has been around for a long time. Okay. If she's doing all that ticking, you mean to tell me not one pediatrician knew that she had some form of Tourette's?
Drea was saying that the teacher should have said something.
And you got her into the Mayo Clinic, and that's when they diagnosed her. You have pediatricians that specialize in rare diseases.
Mm-hmm.
You work for the government. Hello.
Botox is amazing.
Hi, Jen.
Cerebral palsy. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. I saw you were live this morning, Jen. I will catch your replay because you said it's Sunday, defend myself, or something like defend myself Sunday. I will watch it. But yes, so the whole storyline to me, Debbie, just doesn't make any sense. And I'm sorry. Maybe I should just watch the show to watch the show, but it's just not ringing true to me. Even when she had that episode at TikCon, when we see her just twitching and jerking on the floor. Next thing you see, they cut. She's standing up and she's walking to the room. Next thing you know, she's back in West Virginia. What? I will watch it. I promise you.
Oh.
I will watch as soon as I end my live. I definitely will watch it. So that's what I'm saying. Nothing is made, and maybe I shouldn't be reading too much into this. Maybe I should just be like, okay, I'm watching it for entertainment. But when you see things and you're like, wait a minute, this don't make no damn sense to me. It's like this whole shit with Sophie and Rob right now. They filmed The Last Resort a year ago. People started coming at her because of her actions on The Last Resort. Now you putting out that you saw your husband suck off a man, or your husband gave a man a blowjob and he's gay. Bitch, you a hoe. Your mama's a crackhead. How's that? Shit. How's that? Because people started seeing how you tried to manipulate Rob. So they started sympathizing more with Rob. Then here you come. Oh, Rob was sucking off her man, but bitch, you still act like you wanted to be with him. I know it's editing, Ryan. I know. It just makes me sick. I'm serious. I've been reading this whole shit with Sophie and Rob.
Mm-hmm.
That was my take. I mean, but seriously, Sophie, I said when I was watching their season, and then when they moved to Austin, when I'm watching this, I see the manipulation. I see maybe they did have an arrangement. Even after they got married, she was still talking about the shit that he did while she was still over in London. Okay, you brought your ass to LA. He was living in this piece of shit apartment with the bathroom outside that everybody used. I mean, girl, you knew he had no job. You knew he couldn't afford shit, but you still said, fucking I do. But before you tell him I do, you tell him you're bisexual. Okay, bitch? The wig you had on your head, people were laughing at it. So then you go get another wig because you were saying the wig you were wearing was over $1,000. Girl, that shit looked tacky as fuck, okay? And it wasn't human hair. Let's stop. So You do that. Then people started seeing after you go to Austin how you're spending more time with your friend, how you lied about you sleeping with the guy that you were best friends about, how you lied about you guys dating. Then you're living with this woman who seems like she's eating you out every day because your panties are all on the floor, you're drinking champagne. Then your mama's there. We can see she cracked out and she's got the black boyfriend like we really bought that. Okay. So now all of a sudden people are saying, yeah, you manipulative bitch. But then tides start turning. Rob is there at the resort. He's trying to work on things. You're trying to win a popularity contest with every goddamn body instead of trying to understand where your husband's coming from and how he's feeling about, apologizing over and over and over again for dumb shit that was done in the past. Your mother put out a video of Rob telling you to take your ass back, but he's abusive to you, but you're going to show your side, but not the shit that you did to lead that man up to saying what he said. Now you're saying that you're taking up for him. You're tired of hiding, that you're tired of, protecting him. Oh my God, that sounds like somebody else we know. You're tired of protecting him and he's abusive to you, but yet you're on OnlyFans showing your pussy and everything else. You're on IG picking up and talking to men that you don't fucking know. But Rob is the one that did you wrong. You go on the show, you show some old damn dating app that he had, and good thing he found that message that said, consider yourself single, because you sat there and said you never said that shit. Then when he found it, you said, but that was before. No, bitch, your timeline is all off. Okay? So again, you a piece of shit. And now she's not white, she's biracial. Well, who cares? I don't care. But yeah. So anyway, that's my take on Sophie and Rob. What do you think?
Sophie and Rob. I think she was trying to go for a moment. Do I think that she saw something on his phone that where he was on an app chatting with another person? Maybe, maybe not. But I think they're just writing the coaster on this. I think they came there for a check and that this is part of their storyline. Like the whole basis of their relationship is them texting each other and then taking snapshots of it to use it against each other later.
Yep. But and she's the one that uses it against Rob. If you watched that episode, you saw this man sitting there trying to find that message. And she was hoping and praying he didn't find what she said. You got Jasmine with her ass upside down, instigating. And then you got, I forgot what's her, Natalie, who needs a moment. Ari got to stop crying because everybody was jumping on Rob, but no one is confronting Benny. Girl, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Debbie. Oh, Lord.
No. This episode was just a bunch of show pigs for me, quite honestly.
I can't.
Her going into the bathroom and sitting on the floor, I think, was the most
disgusting,
awful thing ever.
Yep, disgusting.
I don't know. I didn't get much out of this. Natalie is not making any sense. Josh, why are you here? Go take care of your son. Honestly, go take care of your son. And what's his name? Stacy's husband.
Florian.
For Florian to be the voice of reason with Natalie, and Natalie saying, "Oh my God, I know he really likes me."
Yes.
Shut up. You just get a picture into her thought process, and it's heavily flawed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very weird to me. Very weird.
Rob on he put this on his IG and Screen Rant grabbed it. 90-day Fiance censored on Reddit, grabbed it. Rob says, first thing I will say is I've never hit a woman in my life, not ever. I'm also not gay at all. It's 2025. I wouldn't need to hide it. And I'd be a lot more successful in Hollywood if I were, trust me. But it's just not me. Lastly, I've openly apologized to Sophie in front of the world for being mean. Well, this is her recording me being mean. Disregard that my wife was clubbing and not coming home for weeks. And that's what he said. Disregard that I only ever asked her for consideration around the house. I blame myself for everything when she finally moved out officially, and I tried to fix it. I shouldn't have ever gotten angry, but anger in response to wild disrespect was all it ever was. Never physical, ever was. I also never threw any of her stuff away. The table I threw away was my table. She said it was ugly and it made the apartment feel like a man cave. She did say that on air. So I got frustrated and threw it right as she tried to act surprised that I was throwing it. I let myself get frustrated with her, and I can see her pushing his buttons even on the screen. Our session of Happily Ever After was filmed after all of this. I knew I was wrong for ways I had treated her. That's why I put up with so much to try to make it up to her. And he did in Happily Ever After. But this in response to having one receipt for an accusation is just wrong. What do we think?
These are two very unlikable people. Like everyone on this show is unlikable, quite honestly. Everything is manufactured. I question every relationship. They're each looking for a moment and not really getting it. This is awful. Awful. Like, okay, so season 1 of Last Resort, that was bad. That was bad. I didn't think it could get any worse until I looked at this.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't have the right mix of characters.
I guess. Because Julia and Brandon, who believes that they got issues? He's such a pussy. I'm sorry. Ari and Benny, and Benny is over. He's done with you.
But their relationship was done before coming in there. So why are you there? He came to get his passwords and he was out.
He was out.
He was coming to the Super Bowl. No, he probably didn't know at that time.
He was living with her mom in Vegas where the mom and him was staring. She took the baby and went back to Ethiopia, the place she said she didn't want to stay. She had to come back to the States. Now she's in Ethiopia. Make fucking sense. I said when I first saw her, and I asked her, was it the dreadlocks that Benny used to have? Because after Benny shaved them dreadlocks, her whole attitude towards him changed.
That is true. I remember that.
After he got that haircut and took those dreadlocks off, her whole attitude changed.
I don't know. But they really shouldn't have been together anyway, because he was like a piece of ass while she was traveling through, and they slipped up and got pregnant. So I don't know. This whole show doesn't make sense to me. None of the characters are likable, so therefore I'm not invested. I'm really not invested. And then bringing on Stacey next week, why?
And then we're going to see Jasmine introducing everybody to the guy she wants to have the threesome with, Matt.
That's not making sense to me, because why are you to me that says you've already sampled this person so much that you want to bring him in as a threesome.
She's been living in Florida with this man.
Right, but this was filmed a year ago. So
She's
I
been
don't
in
know where she
Florida
was.
with him. Yeah.
Again, it doesn't make sense to me why you would do this, and you're still in a marriage with someone who brought you here on a K-1. I think it's putting your stuff in jeopardy.
Now, can she be deported?
I don't know. We haven't figured
find
out
out.
how far along in the process that Gino got, because remember, Gino was slow walking that.
Ooh, yeah.
Just remembering, Gino was slow walking that.
Exactly, Ryan. Ari was the side piece that got pregnant.
Yes.
Ari was married to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And she went looking for some strange. She saw Benny. She saw them dreadlocks. She saw that body. Who wouldn't give it up? Then next thing you know, she tells him she's pregnant.
But Benny had a girlfriend too.
Benny had a girlfriend, yes.
Yeah.
But Ari's trying to say, no, he met her after me. No, he said it. She trying to shut him up. He was talking to this girl before you. And then you came up pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. So you think Rob looks better with shorter hair? I don't know. It's something about him. Huh?
It's a different look.
It's a different look, but it's something about them curls. I just want to run my finger through that man's hair. I don't know if Gino adjusted her status or not. I have no idea. But Ari, she was a side chick. Say what you were. The side chick. Or as she used to call herself, the Jewish princess. Forget the fact that her dad has an older daughter, right? But she calls herself the Jewish princess. I'm just saying, let Benny gone. Okay, Benny gone. Benny is on TikTok doing his thing. Benny is on IG doing his thing. Benny gone. But I saw she left him a comment. I'm so proud of you. Girl, shut the fuck up. Benny gone. Your daddy
I don't blame her for leaving that comment.
Oh God, of course you wouldn't.
Because here's why. He got paid for that performance, so she gonna want something out of it.
But she's a freelance photographer. Her daddy.
Listen, let's just call a thing about Ari. She is a freelancer at life.
Yep. She got upset. And who called out Rob? People were sitting there asking, and then they showed Sophie, well, you said this. So she didn't get the attention she needed. And you guys are calling out Rob, but no one called out Benny. Why are they calling out Benny? They don't give a fuck about you.
But here's the funny thing, though. When she went into her little walk out of scene thing, and they turned to Benny, and they like, Benny, what to do? And he's like, oh, I've learned to just leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
She'll figure it out and come back.
Yep, that's what he said. Benny was getting into his exercise. Woo, ha, woo, ha. I was like, heave, ho, your heave. That's what I was doing, Daddy. He was sitting on a light pole. Yep. He was sitting on a light. Benny has an agent, a real agent now. Yep. And then if you watch TikTok, you'll see how people filled out these applications to be a part of the Super Bowl show. Yep, she a freeloader. That floor was any bathroom floor. Unless that bitch was freshly mopped and I walked in there, I'm not sitting on no floor.
It's a public toilet.
Yes.
Like the only floor that I want to sit on is my own. That's it.
I don't know if she was his manager. I don't know if she got him that part or not. I have no idea. But you know what? I'm going to send Benny a message. I'm going to ask him. Shit, I'll just ask Ari. I don't know. She might be not talking to me anymore.
You know what?
I've been talking bad about
she was probably saying that she was his manager when he wasn't booked and busy. But now he's getting somewhere.
He's busy.
Probably got a different manager.
Yep. He's been being kept busy. And the picture he posted on his TikTok with him and Kendrick Lamar speaks volumes. I'm looking to see Benny in more of Kendrick Lamar's videos. Speaking of that, I heard Drake dropped an album Friday. Well, I knew he would. And they said that album is a piece of shit. And he said something else about Kendrick. I'm going to tell y'all right now. When Kendrick come back, I don't want no damn crying. I don't want to hear nothing.
But
nothing.
At the end of the performance, it said game over. Turn the TV off, game over.
Yeah.
So is he like done with it? Like this chapter, he's done?
No, he's telling him. I'm just laughing. I'm trying to find. Hold on. I want to find Shula King when he was talking to Lil Wayne. Because Kendrick was really hurt that Lil Wayne was making a big stink about him during the Super Bowl. And he had looked up to Lil Wayne. And that's the only comment he made. And Lil Wayne said something on TikTok. Everybody's telling Lil Wayne, you don't want none of this because Kendrick probably got 45 songs waiting for you. I was like, no, he didn't. He was like, yeah. He said, because Kendrick is on something different. He said, if he mentioned your name, he said, he said, you might as well just let it go. He said, because if he mentions your name, he's got something for you. He got 45 songs waiting to unleash on your head. I said, shit. I'm serious. He said, I'm just telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, Lil Wayne, everything's intact. Don't do it, Lil Wayne. Don't do it. I said, shit. He did. I was rolling. I said, Jesus Christ. Lil Wayne, you don't do anything. Listen to this man. He said, because he's got you. I was dead. I was dead. I was like, oh shit. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna see can I find it real quick. Lil Wayne. Hold on. Let me see can I find it. So I can play it for you. So you can see it. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. Hold on. Look, I want y'all to hear this, and then we gonna get out of here. And hold on. I want you to hear what this man had to say. Okay, is it showing? Okay, we're showing. Ready?
Gentlemen, I do have a question about the Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl situation. And this is just a question. This is a question.
This is not the one.
Saying nothing. I don't need none of y'all trying to run up on me so I can slap the hell out you. I was just wondering, like, maybe a part of the reason why Lil Wayne didn't get asked to perform at the Super Bowl was because of his image. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm saying, like, you know, Lil Wayne talking about drinking lean, smoking perp, this, that, and whatever. You know what I mean? He's also a gang member. He said that a lot of times. He in a gang, so you drink lean. You're in a gang. You talk about taking people's lives in your music, just in your music now. Kendrick Lamar is none of that. He's not a gang member. I mean, he grew up in a certain neighborhood.
Hold on.
Ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
not the one. Hold on. God damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kendrick Lamar dropped the album, like, unannounced.
Okay, this is the one right here.
Said a few things, okay? Now, one of the things that he said was something about Lil Wayne, you know, with this whole Super Bowl thing and all this other stuff. He said something about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne responded on Twitter. Said, you know, hey, I try not to bother people, want to be left alone, you know, and but, you know, I shall unleash an attack if I am provoked. Something to the tune of that. And a lot of people saying Lil Wayne don't do it. And I'm one of them people. Wayne don't do it. Kendrick Lamar got too much ammunition, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You see what he did to Drake, and Drake ain't kissed nobody. You and Baby kissed on TV. That's enough ammunition right there. I don't know everything about the kiss. I don't know, it might have been a mafia type thing, but y'all kissed each other on the lips. And whatever the intent was, I'm not saying y'all was messing around or nothing like that. I don't think nobody think that, but I'm just saying it caught everybody off guard when y'all did it back in the day. And that's enough ammunition right there. Right there. And then Lil Wayne drank lean. And Kendrick Lamar is one of them, you know what I mean, righteous type, you know what I'm saying, pro-black, you know, he different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want, like, Lil Wayne, your legacy is intact. The Hot Boys tour look like it's getting ready to be orchestrated and popped off. You don't need this right now. This is not something that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, ignore it. Do what Jay-Z does, man. Just ignore it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? If anything, do have a couple of jabs back and forth, because I can promise you that it seemed like Kendrick on a mission. And if he said something to you, that means he's already prepared to launch an attack. He ready. He's been sitting there. He already got 45 songs lined up.
45 songs.
Kendrick Lamar stuck his foot all up in through Drake's. And we don't need that for Dwayne Carter. And I'm not saying Lil Wayne ain't gonna put up a good fight. Please don't act like I'm sitting there trying to say Lil Wayne can't rap, because he can. All I'm saying, just with the ammunition that Kendrick Lamar has, Lil Wayne don't need this. You don't need this. You a brand. You gotta, he's all wrong for us, baby. He's all wrong.
I love it. He said he's all wrong for us, baby. You don't need it. He said Kendrick Lamar stuck his foot all up and through Drake's ass. Drea, I think Kendrick Lamar and Joe Budden is getting ready to do a diss track on this bullshit that Drake just said. They're going to bury his ass. They're going to bury him. Hi, Cheryl. Happy Sunday. They're going to bury him. You just better leave the man alone. So, Drake, let me tell you something, okay? Kendrick did a full sweep at the Super Bowl. You never did that. Kendrick has a Pulitzer Prize. You don't. Kendrick just embarrassed your ass in front of 100 million people at least at the Super Bowl. Take the L, man. Take the L. You can't come back from that one. You had Tigger was in that bitch jamming and just saying, wow. Drake, sit down. Okay? Just sit down. You're on the wrong side. I'm agree with you, Dre, the wrong side, because Mustard, look, I'm telling y'all, this is some shit. Now, Eminem can and will destroy a fucking career. I don't want Eminem to ever have to go up against Kendrick, because they're on, I don't know. But
don't they run in the same circles though?
Yep. But here's what I found. You remember about 8 years ago when Obama was talking about, they asked if Kendrick Lamar and Drake ever got into a rap battle, who would win? Obama said, Kendrick is my man. He goes, he would win hands down. 8 years ago, he said that.
Well, yeah, he had him at the White House, didn't he?
Yep, he did. He sang at the White House. That was after his Pulitzer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he can't. He can't touch Drake. Sit your ass down. Everybody is making fun of his new album that dropped Friday. They said the shit is whack. And so the guy was playing some of it. I said, what the fuck is this? I need to call Nathan and ask him what did he think about Drake's new album. Because Nate even posted on Super Bowl Sunday. He said, light skin down again, light skin down. And Nathan loves Drake. He said, man, Drake, give it up. He said, stop. It's time. It's time to stop. You dissed Kendrick's wife. What did you think Kendrick was going to do? You talked about Kendrick's wife, who he's been with since high school. What the fuck you think this man was going to do? He wrote a love letter to your mama and your daddy. He said, peekaboo, He wrote a love letter to your mama and your daddy calling you a pedophile. Then he came back with, they not like, leave that man alone. Then he did peekaboo. Come on now. Kendrick ain't playing. Aubrey. Yep, the culture vulture. Aubrey. Man, Aubrey, stay in Canada. Stay in Australia. Don't come here. Oh my God. Yeah, but that's Don Schuler. I mean, that's Schuler King. I follow him on IG. I follow him on TikTok. He's actually has a YouTube channel as well. I mean, seriously, T-Pain laughed at your ass. Aubrey, T-Pain laughed at your ass. Rick Ross told you, stay the fuck down. Don't get back up. Yeah, Peekaboo killed me too. Kendrick is different. Schuler just, he different. And Lil Wayne, if he said something to you, that was through the summer. And Wayne did answer. Well, no, that wasn't the summer. That was the fall. Wayne did answer on Twitter because I did see it. And I think somebody told him, hey, because Lil Wayne was the one that told Drake, let it go. Don't respond. Just like Tupac, when he did hit him up, they all knew not to come back. Shit. Diddy said it on the Breakfast Club. He told Biggie, don't even respond, because Tupac was going to just shut him out again. That is the baddest cold diss track ever. Hit him up. He talked about this. He fucked his wife, told Lil Kim to snatch the wig off. I'm like, God damn. And they were threatening violence. They were going to put him in body bags. Did I see Susie? Hi, Susie. Yep, they need to be exposed. They really do. They really do. Put them all out there on Front Street. And then the song when he's saying that you fucking with a man that thinks he's prettier than you, so you on your period and he's on his too. I'm like, God damn. Yes, Kendrick is no joke. Kendrick is nothing to play with. Y'all better listen. Y'all better listen. Kendrick ain't playing. Yep, I saw that. Oh, you watched T-Pain on Twitch? Did you watch him actually when he was covering the Super Bowl in the halftime? T-Pain was like, ow! He was like, shit. You got dissed. Everybody's making fun of you. I wouldn't even release. And you know what? People were telling Kendrick he should drop an album the same day that Drake dropped his. I'm sorry. I gotta go. It depends on the weather. I'm looking at Debbie. It don't look. I gotta go look at my parking lot. It don't look too good here. I think I'm gonna be working from home.
Go open up your fridge and see what in there.
Yeah, girl, I got food in there. I have lots of food. I'm not gonna be like Lisa unless somebody wants to DoorDash me. I'm hungry. I don't have any smokes. And if you can help me, I was thinking about surprising my mom and dad with a hoagie, and so they can share. And but I probably won't get it. Girl, I've been watching Lil Woody, right? Lil Woody was telling us about how he went to court for child support. He said he didn't want to go to jail. He said the jail should pay for the child support. I said, damn. Oh, you finished the chopper stuff? Yep, he spilled the tea. He really did. I have one clip that I really want, and I'm trying to figure out how to not chop them, how to put them together, because I'm just getting into a cap cut, whatever it is, and I'm practicing my editing skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm practicing my editing skills. But anyway, hi Patty. Economic blackout on the 28th. You ain't gotta worry about me. Been gaming a bit too much since Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. A 7-Eleven hoagie. No, so we have num num here. It's called num num. But yeah, but if I go get a hoagie from there, I might as well go right next door and get hot Mexican food because it's gonna cost about the same damn price. But if y'all want to send me a hoagie, I really appreciate it. I already ate pizza for breakfast, okay? I had 3 slices of pizza left. Debbie, you have any final words you want to say, baby?
Mm-mm.
I know she
Everybody have
keeps
a good
going live,
weekend.
and the first time she went live, you couldn't hear her, so I guess she went outside. Oh, I'm getting the notifications, and she's on another channel too, because I belong to Nikki and Kai's server, so I keep getting the notifications when she goes live, and yeah, I think when she goes live again, I'm gonna go live, and so that way I can just dig all in her ass while she's live. All right, look, I'm gonna be like Kendrick on Drake. I'm gonna put my foot up here.
Mm-mm-mm.
She blocked my other account, but she unblocked my main account. So I do have an account that I go in for Lisa because I know she be blocking. She'll block people, then she'll unblock them. So I got the notification this morning on my other account. I only have 6 people. Well, no, I have 2 people I'm following. I follow 2 accounts is Lisa Boo Needs Help and Lisa Hates Everyone. So now I had to add the other 2 accounts that she came on so I can get notifications there too. Yes, new 90 day on tonight. Debbie, do we want to go live tomorrow night so I can set it right now?
Wait, 90 days coming on tonight?
Huh?
Oh yes, the new one. Oh, sorry. I was thinking the other one finished. Yeah, tomorrow night's
Okay.
fine.
And Sister Wives didn't come on Sunday, did they?
No, they're on mid-season break.
Okay, that's what I thought. So we'll go live tomorrow. So what's good for you? 4:30, 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock my time is 8 o'clock your time. Or you want to go 4:30 my time, which is 7:30 your time. Oh my God. Oh, Susie, I'll go live tomorrow morning because I did see that. I just haven't had a chance. I'll go live tomorrow morning and we'll break down the and we'll do the breakdown on the indictment. I'll do a morning coffee because there's Robert Brooks, and I want to talk about Meg Boswell as well. She was found guilty of killing her 15-month-old daughter. You know, the woman that hit the body in the playhouse, and I was in Bama's this morning and they were asking, does Tennessee have the death penalty? Yes, they have the death penalty. I don't know why she didn't get it, but they gave her life in prison, but she still has the possibility of parole. And I don't understand that. So I really need to go and read it. I really need to go and read it. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to go and read it because I don't understand how they didn't give her the death penalty. Yes, so I will do that tomorrow morning. Probably around, if I do some work tonight, probably around 5:15, 5:30 in the morning, my time, which would be 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I'll go live in the morning. But I will be here. I will see you guys later. I really, really, really appreciate everybody being here. I really do. And you guys have a good day. I really want to go out the house. It's like I feel confined. Be quiet. Open a window. I know what you're going to say. I just feel like
I
I'm
also told you
confined.
go for a walk around your community.
Yeah. Well, if I go for a walk, I might as well walk to the garage.
No, not necessarily. That's two
If
different
my
things.
car gets stuck, I will be so mad. So mad. So yeah, so I will definitely do that. But I will see you guys later. So I need to do a morning live and then we need to do an evening live at 4:30. So I'm gonna set both of those. But I need to do a thumbnail for 90 Day so I can get the new cast members and everything on there. All right, I'm good. I will see you ladies later. I really appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. And Have a great Sunday. And I am out of here. Sorry.